Go kill some trees this morning. That don't like to mix up very good, so need some more mixing. Well, it didn't work. Couldn't get it sprayed. Thanks. I think there's nothing in there, and there was chemical a little kicked up at the bottom. Just poured it in. There's a float in there. It lets it know. Had that thing stuck. So, also had a little rubber piece where it mounts to that's missing. So I'm gonna go get that. Well, that tears something else up.
We put our May West stalk stompers on the corn head, and then we're trying to get it on the trailer. So it won't work with these trailer mounts here for the head to set on here. You got this back here is in the way, hits the bar. I think that's that way, so you can't take this clear off. But then it's set lower, and I don't want it set lower, so we're just gonna cut this right here off, from here up. Then it ought to work. We had to move some brackets on our stalk stompers to get them to fit, but we'll get her on there eventually. Eli and Jarrett's been working on the bean head, rebuilding the knives, putting them back in, straightening a little bit of reel pieces where it's got in the dirt before.
All right, it's been a frustrating day or two here. Run you through what I've been doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and mix up the chemical different. Last year I was able to buy it, spot was all mixed up. This year I just mixed it up together. So instead, I got jugs I got mixed up in, then I'm pouring a gallon into one of these and I'm mixing that stuff up with water before I pour in here. See if that makes a difference. Jury's out on that. I have that rubber piece right there missing. That sits on, that's the weight sensor for the tank. Got one of those. In the process of getting that off, I got a hose chip back here that you can't really see very well. Right back there. Anyways, since I have the 4 nozzles sprayer, sprays out all 4 propellers instead of 2, it goes from being littler to a little bigger there, and everybody else has got just one size. Went and met a guy half hour away, met him halfway. Appreciated him doing that, Craig Keepus. But it didn't work because it was just one size. So I was able to find so far I'm checking to see if it leaks. It was leaking just sitting here, it's not now. I was able to splice it where it's the bigger size. I found this hose that's close, so it's long enough. And I sanded the edge off because it was too thick. So it's a rigmarole until I get a new one in, so hopefully it don't leak. We're about to find out. Yeah.
Altitude stabilization enabled.
Yeah, she talks all the time. She never shuts up.
Obstacle avoidance enabled.
All right, I'm gonna get ready to flush the hose out. If this thing don't leak here, I'm saying it's fixed.
Home point recorded.
Shut up, lady. All right, it was leaking right up here. I think our farmer fix is gonna work. Hard to get much video because I'm driving this all by hand, no GPS because of ditches. The whole field's get a little here maybe.
Securely to prevent potential safety risks.
Gotta ignore a bunch of level warnings because I'm too close. Eventually it takes off.
Stand back at a safe distance.
Kaylin washed my truck. It hadn't been washed for a while. Isn't that pretty? Did a good job. Now he's out there washing the mower tractor. We'll go up and get the mail and work on that. Catch up on some paperwork. Getting close to harvest. Today's Tuesday, and we're going to start 1 week from today with some corn. Always anxious to get started, but it's a long haul getting it done. So get going. The quicker we get started, the quicker we get in. We got our wagon all hooked up now to our cleaning system. Finally got that all done. We showed it a lot, but we haven't showed it out here. Actually, with the tube in it, for some reason we got the gate still. I guess he's in there cutting that tube up off. We got a flexible pipe to put down in the top, piece of hose. Got it hanging down in here. I hope they didn't cut it too short that it blows out. Looks like it could, but if it does, we'll have to hang the weight on it or something. Anyway, it's all ready to go now. Kind of tight getting it in there, but we're kind of anxious to see how that works. Be a lot better than just blow it in the top of a dump truck with no cover. That didn't work at all, of course. Then we're going to catch a lot of dust over there, but we're going to make a lot of dust with this new dryer. And we have got one thing over here Ripco put in to help keep the concrete a little cleaner. Try to sweep it up once in a while. We got one of these on each side that goes in that dust collector that goes into the wagon. This will be sucking. You just open this door, sweep it into that. Put her in the wagon that way. Got a little item that I bought here last winter, I think, because it's a ways out to the shop from here. I didn't know if the mail was here or not, and I got this little old thing here. Don't mount to nothing. Pull down here. Then when the mail comes, it comes up, and I can see that in the shop. That helped. Well, they're getting ready to pour the last of the concrete here at the new bin, squaring her all up with the drive. Make her a lot nicer to clean up and things. Smitherly Concrete out of Newton, Illinois. There's the boss man right there. Well, I'm up here at Robinson, changing from the north irrigation to the south one down here in the bean. This is the one I couldn't get to prime that day. It's been a long time getting it going. I never did get priming going, but got everything else fixed. Anyway, it's running now, running good. Morris and Reese. Guess I put this primer on here instead of using the exhaust Venturi. That's working good. So now it's no problem. I'll switch the irrigations around. Be ready to get it going down here, and then probably do the others a couple times more. We'll be done with it. Yeah, I might show one other thing here too that Matt Richard built. His crew, Ileana Irrigation, come up here early in the spring and changed this all around here, where we changed from north irrigations, the two of them going through that pipe. It's a PCV pipe inside a casing. To the south one, this was all plastic pipe, and we could not keep it from leaking and blowing apart here. They put all this on here, all this steel, no hose now, no slack. This is so much better. So glad they got that fixed. And last year, I think maybe you remember, I was up here. They kept blowing apart on me. I re-glued it twice, and then I finally tied it with cables and straps and got it to hold. But now it works nice and easy. We got the north one shut off. South one's going. I think I'm ready to leave. All right, been spraying ditches today. Had some issues. Got them worked out, I think. Always thinks I'm still refilling when I'm not, but I am now doing this field of beans. Could use a late roundup shot just so it's easier to harvest. It's so weedy. So this is the first spot where it's actually flying on its own. Let me tell you, this is way easier.
Just doing 3 gallons an acre instead of 5. But it's doing it by itself, so that's nice.
Well, it's August 27th, and seems like we just put this river pump in. Here we are, getting ready to take her back out. And boy, is it way down there. When we put it in, it was way up here where the grass is at, the weeds. I don't know how we're gonna get it out of there. We're gonna just drag it up the hill, I guess, because we can't reach it the backhoe. This will push part of the bank off. Then you can't get down there very far because it would be stuck. So we'll get her some way. Well, back to the concrete place. It's all done here at the bend. Isn't this nice? A lot of area for concrete, but it's gonna be easy to clean up. I love it. Smitherly Concrete. Do a good job.
Back in the Robinson area, walk through some beans. I'm soaked. Gonna switch that irrigation off while I'm up here. Turn that one on. But you can see we're recycling some water. Very hilly right here. So we got a lot of terraces where we got dirt that comes down, then we build up a bank. Then we have a tile there, catching water so it don't wash. The riser pipe. Now the irrigation's been going over several of them because we're pumping it out of the ditch there, and then the tiles shooting it back in there. So recycling water.
We're at the bend site doing a little bit of touch-up work. Kaylin's cleaning over there. I'm bolting the ladder down a little more here on the side draw on this side. It wasn't bolted up there, or didn't embrace there, and I'm gonna bolt this to the concrete, and this will be fixed up the way I want it. Then I'm gonna go over here to the one end of the stairs to the hopper tank. Needs kind of bolted down with the concrete anchor, so we'll get both of those.
Got done, barely, for harvest. Because we're gonna start harvest on Tuesday. We'll take a 3-day weekend like we always do for Labor Day and start getting after it. So I know this video is a little shorter, but we'll be making up for it here in the coming weeks. Probably 2 a week, probably maybe not next week, but after that. So we got our littlest sprayer here and our biggest one there. All right, all done and unloaded. Now off to the Palestine Rodeo. Trip, I've never been. Trip's gonna ride a sheep, so see how that goes. Maybe I'll have some of that on here, maybe I won't. See ya.
Do not end up in the medicine tank. That's the only goal. Watch out.
Go, Trip, go! Chase fans, do what you've been doing all year long. Put it together. Put it together. There gotta be an easier way to get off the bull than that. You look like a dairy bull. Are we good?